for the first time in the world that so many fashion colleges, so we have about 27-30 fashion colleges coming together to do a research on clothing for persons with disabilities. Worldwide, clothing for persons with disabilities is a problem which is solved by the doctors. It is not their core area. It is a problem which needs to be resolved by fashion designers, and it is for the first time that the research is being conducted at such a massive scale, which will be presented through a knowledge report at the summit. There are 4 core areas of disability that we are focusing on. So there is visually impaired, people who cannot see, Down syndrome, persons who have ADHD, autism, cerebral palsy, or people who are amputees or are on the crutches. So any of these areas can be picked up. Now this could be done by a single student or a group of students, and the group has to identify any one particular disability. Now this disability has to be, this research has to be tested on a sample size of at least 20 to 30 people. So if you're picking up visually impaired, you have to pick up 20 visually impaired people. And the research can be by way of observation, can be by way of interview, can be interview directly of the people who are affected, or by doctors or who are specialized for these particular disabilities, the parents, the staff, the school, assistants who are taking care of them, and a lot of secondary research, of course. So the ideal way to do this research is to read about this particular disability, then the clothing research that has been done worldwide on this subject, then pick up your sample size and go about doing the research on 5 or 6 core areas. That is, does color have any role to play? Color therapy, does that have any role to play? The construction of the outfit, the texture of the fabric that is used, does that have any role to play? So when I say construction of the outfit, so for example, Down syndrome kids have eagle chest, their cross front is more and their cross back is less. So of course the construction will be very different in their case vis-a-vis the construction of the outfit that you and me wear. Then aesthetics, don't underestimate, even for somebody who is intellectually deficit, that the aesthetics don't really make any difference. Or visually impaired, does color have any role to play? Because we feel that maybe they can't see the colors, but every color has certain energy to emit. Does that have any role to play when it comes to their behavior? So those are the kind of studies that are sort of required. There are no right and wrong answers really, but whatever are your observations, try to validate your findings rather than saying that a Down syndrome kid likes bright colors. Fair enough, likes bright colors. How did you reach this conclusion? Why do they like bright colors? Is there certain consensus? Let's say you're observing 20 Down syndrome kids and there is a pattern that you're finding with 10 or 12 or 15, then that's a substantial number. How are you reaching that conclusion? So it is not by way of questions and answers. It has to do with validating your research. That is what we are seeking through this research.